Yo, Budget Ballers, we're back with our weekly $40 to $60 budget. Let's see if we pull some heat this week. Our appreciation card of the week is going to be Baby Shiny Scizor, one of my favorite Pokemon. One of the reasons why he's my favorite Pokemon is, of course, his design. But I played the Gold and Silver game back when I was a kid, and his exclusivity, I think, played a part in him being one of my favorites. So you had to get a Scyther, then put a metal coat on him, and then trade a friend, and then have the friend trade the Pokemon back. So it's like, dang, I got to do all that. And, he's just really cool. Plus, he's only got one weakness, and he's resistant to everything. He's dope. All right. So our haul this week is from Whatnot. While on Whatnot, we were able to get some givvies. To get givvies, make sure you like, follow, interact in the chat. Shout out to the Whatnot streamers for giving me givvies and getting good deals on cards. It's really cool. I think getting these giveaways and buying stuff helps throughout the week of you getting a little dopamine and getting a cool little surprise. Sometimes it's just an EX. Normally it's not an EX that I would have, or in my case, I don't have a lot of these. But it's just really cool to get that in the mail. So shout out to y'all. Anyway, we've got Craniados, big ol' head. It's a cool shiny. I was surprised I got this. We'll check the price on it. It's going to go in a binder. But I think this is really cool. We've got a fish. I don't know his name, but it's cool design. We got Don't Kill Me. I know it's part of Aegis Slash's line. Maybe it's Aegis Slash. I can't remember. But I really like them. Steel Pokemon are dope. And we got 2 packs of Trade Together from Japan, right? So, really cool. I'll probably open these later. Alright, now on to our haul. So, we were able to get, of course, Houndoom. This is a non-holo. This is an older card. I got it because I've never seen it. I don't think I'm going to buy the pack that he comes out of. Houndoom's also one of my favorites, if you guys couldn't tell from previous videos in my thumbnail. But I really like Houndoom. I think his design is really cool. It's a dog Pokemon. I think most dog Pokemon are pretty cool. Fire Dark at that. Second gen when I was a kid when this came out, I just thought that he was, really cool. To tell you the truth, it looks like most of my favorites are, Gen 2. You just want to talk about it. But we were able to get this one for $2. I overpaid for this, I think. I looked online. I think it moderately played. Goes for, a little under $2 after tax. So maybe I paid what it's worth. On the screen, I couldn't really tell the condition of it. Maybe the guy had a light. Maybe I was excited to see the card and didn't pay enough attention. He's got a crease right here. So, watch out for that if you do get stuff on Whatnot. Have to ask the person, the streamer, to, spin the card around, give it a good look, know what you're buying. Bit safe. All right. Got Houndoom up there. And we've got T-Tar. This car is about this almost the same situation as that Houndoom over there. Oh, wait a minute. T-Tar is one of my favorites, and yep, Gen 2 Johto. Wow. So I really like T-Tar also. He's big old, dinosaur. Look at him. This one here is hollow. No swirls. Some of these older cards, when the streamer and whatnot puts them up, I think I get excited and figure I'm never going to see it again. Watch out for that. That's how they get you. But nevertheless, I really like the card. Not all streamers, just talking. But this card is really cool. We got this for about $2. Not bad. And I'm gonna run it back. We've got another Houndoom. I know you guys got to be sick of me with this, but it's a Mega, man. Megas are, I think, just came out again, and this Mega Houndoom is really cool. I didn't even play the game when Mega Houndoom was in there, so Houndoom already being, one of my favorites, I got to get the Mega. I think the Mega Full Art EX would be next on the list. I think that one was a little pricey, or I could only find it graded. So we got this one, not bad. I got in the stream. Shout out to the streamer. I'll start, trying to remember every streamer so I can shout you guys out a little better. In the comments, I can always do that. But this card was really cool. Little played on the edges there. Not too bad. I think since it's going in a binder for my PC, the fact that the front is, smacking is what we're really excited about. So yeah, I got this guy for about, I want to say it was about 15 after tax and shipping. It was probably 20 bucks altogether. So that's not that bad at all. I think that's about what it's going for at lightly to moderately played. We'll put it on the screen to see how good or bad I did on that. All right. Now, one of my other favorites I don't talk about that much, and he's from Johto as well. Jeez, Crobat. So, yeah, Zubat is annoying, but when Crobat came out, I thought his design was a lot better. I also used him on my team when I was a kid. Get his happiness up, he evolves, and he gets super fast. So I really like Crobat. I think sometimes his other card designs make him look a little, chunky and funny looking, but this is a really good depiction of him. And he's got Silver from the Gold and Silver games right there with him. So I think that homage to my childhood is like, you know, really cool. Definitely going on my PC. This guy we got for about, what was that? We got for about $5. So I think I paid my market on it. And I got a really good, copy. Maybe a little, whitening up there. But as far as the card itself is, bow. Put you. Where do we want to put you at? We'll put you over here. All right. Now, you guys keep finding out stuff about me. Another favorite card, not as high tier as these guys, but since I do like Steel Pokemon, they've got a lot of resistances. I tried to put them on a lot of teams when I was a kid, or even the last game I played was Sword and Shield. So I, of course, had a Sandstorm team with Tyranitar, Scizor, and everybody that can benefit from getting hit with a Sandstorm. So we've got Skarmory. You know what? Every single Pokemon I got today is from Johto. That was not on purpose, but I guess I really like that. Gen 2, shout out. Alright, so we got this Skarmory here. This one is moderately played to, like, I don't know, damaged almost, y'all. Let's see. You see that big old crease right there? Cycle there. Big old crease, But he's cool. I like Skarmory, like I said, because he's steel. If you ever played the games, Tyranitar can make a Sandstorm, and unless you're rock, ground, or steel, you're going to take damage every turn, so you can, start beating up your enemy with some rocks. And these steel Pokemon get benefits from it. So I'd whip him out, get the Sandstorm going. I think Skarmory can put down spikes. I'll just kind of be in a butthole. But yeah, set some hazards for him, chip away, have Scizor come in there and start smacking. So that's, I think, why I like Steel too, is I like that strategy in the games if you ever played it. If not, they're just really cool designs. And I think Skarmory is a cool design. He's flying Steel, so he loses some of his 2 times damage. And, look at him. Skarmory doesn't have an evolution or a pre-evolution. He's just been like Dolo since, his conception. No swirls on here. This one, with the crease, I might have paid a little more than I needed to. Again, some of these older cards, especially as an e-reader, I didn't say that, y'all, it's an e-reader. I think I was probably got a little FOMO, not knowing if I was ever going to see the card again. I do try to do a little research while the streamer puts the card up if I haven't already, so I can know a good ballpark. So I think if I didn't pay market, I might have paid $1 or $2 extra. I think we paid about $12 for this. I think you can find it moderately or heavily played for $10 or $11, $12, something like that. So with shipping, I always put that into my calculation, especially for my total budget. So with shipping involved, I might have paid a little more than, I should have, but I don't think I did too bad. All these cards were for my personal collection. All of these are my top favorites, and I didn't do too bad. So let's add up what we got this week. I think our heaviest hitting cards were Mega Houndoom at about $20 after tax, and this Skarmory for, let's say 15 after tax, right? So that's 25 bucks. 25, we said 2 on you, 25, we got 27, paid 2 on you, we got 29, and I'm sorry, I did bad math. 20 and 15 is 35, so we're at 39, and then we got you right there. So 39, that's going to put us at $44. If I add a little tax in there, if I add tax and shipping, we can add another $5 over there. So we stayed under 50 bucks. So we hit our, basically our median. We said $40 to $60, and you know, look at these. Houndoom is, you can never go wrong with him. Skarmory, I think Skarmory gets a little hate. I don't know why. Let me know in the comments why some people just don't like Skarmory. T-Tar, you can never be mad at. Uh, Crobat, I understand if you hate Zubat because he's pretty annoying if you've ever played the game. And can't forget our appreciation baby shiny Sizzler. Sorry for any glare going on right here. Alright, so let me know if we pull some heat this week. Budget Ballers out.